The 1%er Podcast with Sam Bakhtiar, bringing you the 1% knowledge to help you reach your full potential. Learn what it takes to rise above the 99% and become a 1%er.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is your host, Sam Bakhtiar at the 1%er Podcast. And today I have some very special guests here with me, Michele Solomon and Jennifer, her daughter. What's going on?
Oh, just glad to be here and
Now-
just amazed.
Now, Michele lost 110 pounds while going through three life-threatening surgeries. She has overcome many obstacles, and now she's in the best shape of her life. She went from weighing 250 pounds to 140 pounds, and then her daughter was watching. Her daughter was watching from the sideline, and she saw her mother getting in amazing shape, and she's like, I need to do this. And I believe her daughter was suffering with some depression because you have kids and you've given your kids all your life. Yep. You push yourself in the back burner, which a lot of people do, we're going to talk about. Yeah. And so far, I believe you lost 53 pounds in 12 weeks.
56.
50, 50, my bad. So 56 pounds in 12 weeks, 110 pounds over a year, right? Over a year. Yes. So I'm not mad. It was 165 pounds together.
Yeah, that's a person. That's
that's a bigger person.
That's
you guys be sweet, both of you.
Person.
So let's start with you, Michele. Yeah. Michele, tell me, when were you first started feeling overweight? When were you overweight? Or this is something that all your life you struggled with?
My entire life I've struggled with being overweight.
Okay, so I mean, entire life meaning childhood?
Childhood, yes. I was the heavyset kid. I was the one picked on in school because I was chubby. Everybody would come up to me and laugh at me because I was chubby, so I'd be picked on, bullied. And back then, it didn't matter. Bullying was just...
Oh yeah, back then bullying was above. Well, that's something that happened every day. Nobody talked about it.
They could care less. They kind of inspired
get over it. Get over it, right?
Basically, yeah.
So ever since you can remember childhood, you were overweight.
Yes.
And I'm looking at you right now. You're in amazing shape. I mean, look at your legs, look at your arms, look at your shoulders. And was it because all your family members, your parents, everybody was overweight? Were you just, nobody ever just fed you junk, or was it kind of genetics? Tell me a little about your childhood and how come you were, overweight?
Well, my entire family was overweight. My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, all of us.
Are they still all overweight?
Yes, except for me.
Okay, so you broke the family curse, right? You broke the family curse. Everybody was overweight and all that kind of stuff. And you're like, okay, so you went through childhood. Tell me about childhood, being bullied and all that. Tell me what happened. Tell me, you got married at some time, you were overweight. When you got married, tell me about your whole story. I'm really curious, all the stages of life until you got to the point that you said, I'm gonna do it. I'm sure along the way, somehow you tried things, didn't work, you went back and forth, Absolutely. You yo-yo and all. I wanna hear the whole story. You take it over from here.
Okay, let me try to give you the whole story because, see, back in 2007, I was diagnosed with melanoma. And I had
so
chemo.
for people who don't know what melanoma is, what kind of cancer is that?
It's a skin cancer. However, it's not just on your skin. Mine's metastasized, so it was in my lymph nodes. And
the problem with lymph nodes is that it can travel anywhere,
yes,
right? So
absolutely.
that's very deadly. It can spread. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. So the chemo I was on kind of messed up my memories from childhood. So there's a lot of memories I don't have.
Wow.
Because the chemo kind of erased them.
Okay.
So I can only get bits and pieces. Like I know in school, I was wearing a jacket one time and a kid put on a tape, fat cow on it, on the back of my jacket.
Oh,
and
man.
I remember that through my entire life. My dad would put us on diets. The whole family on diets, because my brother, he was very overweight. My sister and I were both overweight. So he'd put us on diets. Nothing ever worked. Nothing.
And would you guys actually stick to the diet, though?
We had to until my brother would sneak in
donuts
or something. And we wouldn't eat them, but we would be,
Yeah.
we would all be accused of eating them,
Right.
but it was actually my brother that did it. So those never worked. And throughout my entire life, I do different diets, different fads. Never really worked out. Just, when I was on the chemo, yeah, I lost weight.
Well, you're sure.
I was also the color of my shirt.
Yeah. You lost not only weight, but you lost all your muscle tone and everything.
Yes,
You lost everything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So as soon as I was able to start eating again, I got all of it. And
So,
then
so,
some
so,
back.
what year were you diagnosed with chemo? How old were you?
I was in 2007, so I'm 52 now.
Okay, so that was, let me see. So 2007 was 12 years ago.
Yes.
So you're 41. Okay, you're diagnosed with melanoma, and then
Yes.
when did you beat it?
Okay, well, let's see.
And congratulations, by the way,
Thank you.
because I know a lot of people don't come out. I haven't had anything that has anything to do with lymph nodes.
Yeah, unfortunately, my brother was a victim of
Okay.
the same cancer I had, melanoma.
And he passed away.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
So, yeah.
The same brother that sneaked in.
Yep. Yes. So I was on interferon, which is the only type of chemo or anything that was combative for melanoma at that time. So I was on that for 30 days, every single day being infused. So Christmas Day, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, they were in the house, doing the infusion. She was there.
Yeah.
And then it was 3 shots a week for the next 11 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be writhing in pain because of this chemo, this interferon. So her and my other daughters would come in and rub my legs. And so it was like, I'm never going to be in remission because that's not what melanoma can come back at any
You always got to
time,
watch. You
at
always got to
any
watch
point.
it. You always got to
Yes.
watch it, right?
But so since 2010, I think was my last surgery because of lumps.
Yeah.
But each one of those type of surgeries, they didn't come back with any cancer cells.
Got it.
But the surgeries I did have, the first ones, I have a nice large scar on the back from the initial one, and then I have no lymph nodes under my arm because that's where it spread.
So when did you started getting serious about your weight loss and your obesity and what was the trigger? Usually here's what I always say: people don't like to work out or get in shape because people don't like change, right? And they always say when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, that's when change happens, right? So when somebody's comfortable, I'm okay where I'm at right now. I'm not, nobody's going to work out, nobody's going to get in shape. But sometimes it comes to a point that you like what you look at yourself or the way you feel. What? I'm had it with this. I'm in pain. I don't want to sit here. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to look like this anymore. I had it. I need to make a change. When that pain is greater than staying the same, that's when you're like, what? I'm all in. What happened?
I know the exact date.
Okay, tell me what happened.
January 13th.
January-
My birthday,
what year?
My 50th birthday.
What-
2 years ago.
So
2017.
So and how much did you weigh?
I was about 250.
So 2 years ago, you were 250.
Yeah.
Okay. It was on your birthday.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, there must be some tragic event. Somebody said something. Something happened, or you couldn't feel, and you were like, what happened?
Actually, I walked by a mirror at the restaurant and I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You were given a second chance, and this is what you do? You do nothing? That was it. Because I was given an 8% chance to live back in 2007.
You know something? I had another guest on the show that overcame cancer, and that's exactly what she said. I'm trying to figure out all the emotions, how people react. It's funny, if a God gives you a second chance, then you fucking take it and do what you have to do, right?
Exactly what it was.
And you God has given you a second chance. Most people didn't. Your brother died, right? And now you're like, okay, you're just wasting it, right? Yeah. So you know what? So you look yourself in the restaurant in the mirror. Thank you, mirror. You know what I mean? And you know, thank you for being there at the time. You know what I mean? You know, and you said, okay, so then what'd you do?
I started on my own.
Okay.
And then I was looking through Facebook. And
You started on your own, like, well, tell me the first things you did.
So I started cutting all the fat and high calories out of my diet.
Like, no disrespect, but if you're 250 pounds, you know what I mean? You know, all you have to do is just cut back on some sodas and some sugars, and that 20, 30 pounds right there. You know what I mean? So you started, you know, eating better.
I started eating better. I got rid of the Starbucks twice a day, the 470 calorie.
And 20 bucks probably. And 20 bucks a day, you know what I mean?
And 20 bucks a day, right?
You know, here's what I always say. I don't want to, I'm like, you know what? Starbucks will make you fat and broke. You know what I mean? You know, and you know what I mean? And that's the problem. You know, you can't be both. You know what I mean? You can't. You know that's a bad place to be. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know you can be fat and rich. You know what I mean? Or broke and poor. It's better to be, you know, fit and rich. But if you're fat and broke, it's pretty much, you know, you're pretty much in a bad place.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I had started, you know, cutting back, started making healthy choices, and then I was going through Facebook, and I saw the camp transformation. I'm like,
our camp, one of our camps.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The 1,000 Oaks one, and I was like, what is this? So I clicked on it. Sign up here, you know, if you're interested. I was like, I really am. So I told my husband, I'm like, we're gonna go to the orientation. I just want to go see what it's about. Doesn't mean I'm gonna sign up. Doesn't mean anything. I just want to go. So we went and sat there. And
who did the orientation?
It was actually one of the ladies that go there. I don't.
Okay, so one of the ladies who did the presentation. You were impressed.
Yes, I was, and with all the pictures and the people and
proof is in the pudding. You know, we have 100,000 people over 100,000 people who have gone through the program with documented success stories. Obviously, you guys are now one. You know what I mean? And that's what we want to show. I'm like, don't listen to me. You know, we own the camp. Of course, we want to. You know, we want you to sign up. Here's 100,000 people you can call.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Talk to any of them.
Proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, I'm glad to talk to people anytime that they're like, that's you.
You don't even have to talk. Look at what you already done. You know, when you get in shape, you know, we believe that you become our walking, talking billboard. You know, you don't need to talk. You know, when you walk, when people have seen you before, like, oh my God, you are a walking advertisement for us. So I appreciate both of you for being whether you like it or not, you're our walking, talking spokesperson.
You know what? I never thought I'd be in that position.
Yes.
So I thank you.
Of course.
Yeah. You know, I'm
so you signed
proud
up.
to be.
So you signed up. You started.
I did.
Tell me about your first day. Were you dying?
I was okay. So we had 2 weeks before the actual class started, so we were able to do the complimentary.
Like a couple of weeks before.
Yes.
Before. Yeah. Okay. You went there. Okay.
So I went in. My husband was with me doing it. He didn't sign up, but he was there to support me. And during the class, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
I mean, because you haven't done anything for years, right? And now they say that they put you in high intensity interval training.
And it is
you know what I mean?
not easy.
I know. I own the place, and I know.
So then after class, I'm like, let's come back tomorrow. So we come
Weren't
back.
you proud of yourself that you actually went through it though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, because a lot of times at first, you know, the first 10 minutes, the 20, or 30, and then after you're done, you know, oh, I made it. I didn't know I was going to make it.
I did it. Let's come back tomorrow. And the next day I said the same thing. I can't do this. I can't do this. I did it.
You came back?
And I came back and I've done 5 challenges.
So it got a little easier. Tell me about the soreness in the beginning.
Actually, oh my gosh. You can't stand, you can't sit, you can't walk, you can't move, you try to sit on the toilet, you scream, you try to stand up, you scream.
I always say invest in a soft toilet seat.
Yeah,
and I raised one.
One that raises for you, because guess what? Getting up and down from that is not easy. But the more you do it, the less the soreness.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say there's never a day I'm not sore.
Yeah.
And I go 6 days a week. There's never a day that something doesn't hurt.
One of the best things, you know, for your body is to regenerate cells. You know, but the only way you're going to be able to do that is to have little micro tears in your muscles by working out. Not macro tears that you actually tear in muscles, but little micro tears so your body can repair and rebuild and get better, toner, and increase your metabolic rate. And that's what you did. So, you did how many challenges? 5 challenges?
Yes.
Okay, so you did 5 challenges. You've done over 110 pounds.
Yes.
Okay, but I know while you were going through these challenges, in this span of time, you were faced with some serious illnesses. Look, I mean, I'm impressed with your weight loss. But being a 1%er is all about being relentless, not giving up, and being willing to do what other people won't. A lot of people can go through a weight loss program and. I'm going to take that back. Not a lot of people can go and do what you did and lose 110 pounds. But you tell me, you actually, while you were doing the 6-week challenge, you had to have back surgery, right?
I had cervical spinal surgery.
So you got cervical spinal. So,
Yes.
So you have cervical spinal injury, so you had to actually, get cut, all that. And
Yes.
then most people will be like, well, man, I mean, you know what? I got surgery. They never recover. Poor me. I got a neck problem. Poor me. They use that as an excuse out, right? So when I had neck surgery, how long did you take off and what happened?
Okay, so first I had the 5 and 6 and 6 and 7 fused together.
Okay.
So they went in through the front. I have a nice 2-inch metal plate on my spine with 6 screws. So that in itself is pretty cool.
Yeah, you said the what was that, the metal detector now?
Yes, I do actually. So I have a nice scar on the front. I did have to take off time because I couldn't.
Well, I mean, you gotta take.
I still would have my hard neck brace, and me and my husband would go walking in the barranca. So say 4 weeks after my surgery, we would walk every single day in the barranca because I couldn't do the weights and stuff. So I would stay active.
I don't think your doctor wanted you to do anything.
No, I wasn't allowed to drive. I wasn't allowed to.
Because one little accident would if somebody had a car accident, you shouldn't even be in a car.
Yeah,
really, you know what I mean?
I wasn't allowed. So I had to work from home. But I would still be active because I felt guilty.
Yeah.
I couldn't lose that. So then the easier, the better, the more healed I got. Then I started going to the camp like a couple days a week. And then I'd go 3 days a week. And then, I'd go a little more as my neck would permit, because it would be, sometimes the pain would just be intense. So, but I built up those muscles again, because when you're not using them, you lose them. Yeah. So it took me some time to get those muscles built up again.
So then you went back to the camp for another challenge.
Then I started in, it was October, I think the next challenge was, last year, 2000.
While you had neck surgery though, while you were recovering from neck surgery, how was your diet? Did you?
I tried to stay good for the most part.
But I mean, you're under pain. You need some calories. So every once in a while, you have to, if you want to have some. So you weren't like, oh my God, so you didn't go crazy bad.
No,
you didn't go crazy good. You ate in moderation.
Right.
Good. Good.
Because I worked so hard.
Yeah, you don't want
to get off those initial 97 pounds, I think it was, or 90 some pounds. I worked so hard. There was no way I'm putting that
you're not going to do that.
So I'm not. So it's too much work.
So the thing that I love now is this. What I'm hearing is now you're conscious.
Oh, absolutely.
Most people, and that's all it's going to take. You don't need to go crazy one way or crazy another. Just be conscious of what you put in your mouth. Mm-hmm. Be conscious of how much exercise you do. That's all you do. Because a lot of people are just going through life and they're not conscious of what they're doing or what the circumstances of what they're doing, right? Now you're conscious of, hey man, I didn't move today. Maybe, hey man, I didn't, this has too much fat, or this has refined sugars. Hey, this man has too many calories. Hey, this might be too late for me to eat right now. So because of that, now you're going to be able to not only get in shape, be able to maintain. That's the most important thing. And now you build a lifestyle where, because you say, you know what, it's kind of like, I felt bad, I need to go. It's part of like your natural daily routine. You know what I mean?
You change, your life has changed.
So you got back to the camp, you started another challenge, and obviously you've been crushing your challenges, and then you got hit with another illness. Tell us about that.
Okay, so the end of the challenge in October was right after Thanksgiving, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the exact date, but I had to have brain surgery.
Brain? I mean, like, what do you mean? What do you mean brain surgery?
Okay, so they found that I had a tumor in my skull that was actually eating my bone. So the longer it was there, the more skull it was.
A tumor in your skull?
In my skull, yes.
Okay, I mean, do you have videos or pictures? I mean,
do.
You do?
I do.
Oh my God, can I see it?
You can.
Okay, is it like kind of graphic?
It's kind of cool.
All right, let me check it out.
So, okay, so
This is
just
this is the video. Let me see. Ooh, look at that scar. Oh shit. Oh shoot. That thing's coming out of your skull.
that's my breathing.
What is that?
It was just my breath, which is because I have no bone here anymore.
Oh my God, your skull was moving. Let me see the pictures.
So yeah, that's.
Oh my God.
So so here's they get worse. So this is the next morning, as my hair is all red and stuff because I hadn't been able to take a shower yet. And then you saw the video, and then it started getting infected. So they were thinking I was going to have another surgery.
Oh God.
And go in and remove because there's a large place like this big.
Well, your
But
hair
I
looks
have
good now.
Yeah, it's growing.
Yeah.
But I have no skull here. It's just a titanium plate or titanium mesh.
God, you're just a bionic woman right now, huh?
So, yeah, so it started getting infected, so they thought, okay, you're going to have another surgery. Either we're going to have to remove it, we're going to have to let it heal. Then we have to have another surgery to put it back because you can't go without something protecting your brain. So, honestly, the whole time I'm thinking, I'm not going to be able to get back to the camp to the next year.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Oh
That's
my
all I thought
God.
about.
Your brain is about to come out of your skull. You're worried about the camp?
Yeah, and it just got
So,
worse. and worse.
that's a 1%er move. That's a 1%er move because you're so focused on your goal that you don't care about nothing else.
You know what? My other kids, my oldest daughter, Ashley, and her sister, Crystal, they were like, you're crazy. You can't do that. You can't go. Why are you doing that? You're pushing yourself. I'm like, because I have to.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
So that video you just saw, 2.5 weeks after that, I was on the next challenge.
Like, weren't you like worried about your brain popping out? You were breathing and your skull was about to come out.
Yeah, they were like, my doctor said, don't get any bar fights.
Bar fights, okay.
He goes, because if you get hit right there with a pull cue right in that area, we're going to be in trouble. I'm like, okay. He goes,
No bar fights. No bar fights.
Don't drop any weights on your head. He goes, other than that, you know your own limitations.
Oh.
So, you know your own limitations.
Damn, if I would have known that, I would have had, Nicole at Thousand Oaks sign you like a waiver. If your brain comes out, we're not responsible. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? But
if your brain's on the floor, sorry.
So far, 110 pounds. You're in the best shape of your life. You overcome, a spinal surgery, cancer, a brain tumor, and a brain surgery. You're 50 years old.
52.
52 years old. And what's next for you? What is your motivation? What is your motivation now to be able to keep this, maintain this? Because I see nothing but fire. I see nothing but, I'm not, and don't you wish somehow you caught this fire earlier on in life?
Absolutely. I wish it was years ago. Then I would have done, more activities with my kids.
So you missed out on a lot, right? You missed out being overweight. You couldn't move. You couldn't be able to chase your kids around. And that's what you saw. And you're like, I don't want that for my kids, right?
That's what my kids were going through.
Yeah. Okay. So what's next for you? What's your next goal?
I want to get in size 2s.
What size are you now?
Between 4 and 6.
Okay, size 2.
So from size 24.
From size 24 to size 4 right now?
I wear size 4. Or 6, depending on the gene, honestly. But yeah, so.
Like I said, the weight loss is crazy. I'm very impressed with that. What I'm impressed is the resilience throughout this whole career. I'm thankful for that mirror in that restaurant. Thank you so much for sharing your story. But here's what I love about being a 1%er, because your success, as great as it is, not only I bet you has affected your child, your daughter, but I bet you have motivated and inspired a bunch of people around you. And you don't have to tell me, I already know, because that's how it works. To me, the highest level of success is significance. You know what that means? When your success rubs off on other people, you help them become successful. Now you become somebody of significance. Because success is cool but success is you. But when your success makes other people successful, that's the highest level of success, okay? And now, let's talk to you, Jennifer. So tell me, the whole thing. Tell me you saw your mom, getting in shape. Tell me your whole story of your children going through depression, and all that kind of stuff. You're so young, you're so beautiful. Why depression? Why? I mean, I don't understand. Like, for me, I might, don't get me wrong, I have bad days, and sometimes I and all that. But a lot of people suffer that, don't they? A lot of people go through depression. A lot of people go through things like that. Tell me why you went through it, what happened, and how you dealt with it. Here's what I always tell people. People say, Sam, the Camp Transformation Center. Who's the Camp Transformation Center for? What kind of people are you looking for? Who's your customer avatar? And I tell them, our customer avatar is exactly this. Somebody who used to take good care of themselves. And somehow life happened to them. Before you know it, they had the kids, they had to get a job, somebody in their family, died or got sick. What they did, they put themselves on the back burner and they say, I'm gonna get back to myself. I'm gonna take care of life right now, right? But what happens? It goes like this, 10 years passes, right? 10 years passes, and all of a sudden you never got back to yourself. You go look in the mirror. You don't recognize what you see. You don't like the way you look. You don't like the way you feel. You can't run around with your children, and you just now, I think that's when depression starts. Now you have two choices: keep being depressed or fight back and do something about it. And that's what I love to hear. You're a one percenter, Jennifer. You fought back. Let's hear your story.
So I had a very tough childhood growing up. I was a small child. But as I got older, things happened. She's my stepmom, but she's my mom. She raised me.
Hey,
100%. I was abandoned when I was 13, and her and my dad moved my twin sister and I out here.
So you were abandoned when you were 13. Okay, tell me.
There's more to it, but
let's hear about it. I want to know about it. No. But I mean, I want to get into this story because I love people overcoming things. This show is all about being a one percenter. One percenter is people who don't give up, right? If that's what you want. I mean, if you're comfortable discussing it, right? Because to me is. Somebody over here, right here, that's going to watch this podcast, right? Somebody is going through a similar situation, right? Somebody sometimes, they're making a decision based on your thing. Somebody want to say, okay, I'm going to be depressed. Maybe I'm going to just commit suicide. Maybe I just want to do this. Maybe I want to do that. You right here have a chance to save somebody's life.
Yeah.
You right here. This is your chance to make a difference. So let's talk about it.
Okay. My mom divorced my dad when I was 5. My mom got married to my dad's best friend. He raped two of my sisters and I for 6 years. My mom found out, divorced him. Right thing to do.
How old were you guys?
6 to 12.
6 to 12? I want to kill this motherfucker myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the only one who was able to fight him off. He only did it to me once.
I mean, look. I have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
And God is my witness. You touch my daughter, you die.
Yeah.
I will kill you before the police get there. Yeah. There are certain things in my life that I will stand for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for me, that is worth for me going to lifetime jail because I don't want to see him go to lifetime jail. I want him dead. You know what I mean? And that's my personal value. I don't care, judge me. I don't care if people think this and that. Yeah. And that's just how I, so I want that fucker dead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my mom got involved with a new boyfriend who introduced her to different coping skills, which were drugs. Don't know what the drugs were that she did. She decided that they were more important than her house, her job, and 6 kids. My mom had 6. And so she locked us out of her house. And we were on
How old were you when you got locked
I was 12.
And how was your youngest one?
I don't know. Nikki, maybe 4, maybe.
I don't. Oh man, drugs got to be powerful. Drugs got to be so powerful for you. Look, I know how you feel about your kids. I feel about my kids.
Oh.
When I go out of town, I don't see my kids for a couple of days. I'm fucking depressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm fucking depressed. Yes. You know what I mean? Like I'm fucking depressed. I'm going through. I went through a divorce, and I told my ex-wife, I said, I'll fight you for custody forever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I want to have my time with my daughters. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And so,
sorry, man. I'm just going to get off these fucking tangents, man.
You're fine. It's fine. It's a lot. And so we were staying at neighbors' houses, and one day the neighbor said, I'm done. Like, you guys do not need to go through this. They took us to social services. They took us immediately. We were placed into foster care, 3 kids here, 3 kids here. We were all separated. And I think this is when my dad found out about. My dad didn't know any of this was going on because this was all in Minnesota.
Yeah, he didn't have a clue any of this was happening to his kids.
So my twin sister and brother and I were placed in one, and the younger 2 were placed together, and the older one was in a group home because she was suicidal. So my dad found out about everything going on, and they were like, what can we do? So they took Amanda and I. This is the nice way.
Stop him.
This is the nice way.
From flying to Minnesota and killing the bastard.
Yeah.
I had to stop him. I'm like, you're not going to help those kids by doing that. We need to get them a home.
The younger 3 were adopted out by my brother had a best friend, a Christian family. They adopted the younger 3. So they took Amanda and I out here, which is my twin.
So you know her dad?
She's married.
I'm married
to my dad.
Oh, awesome.
She's married to my dad.
Awesome. Okay. Stepmom. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm so pissed off right now. My brain's not fucking working right now. You know, like I'm serious. Like I'm getting hot right now. You know what I mean?
It's insane.
I'm fucking pissed.
It's insane. It is. And so my twin sister obviously had a harder time. She was suicidal. It's uncontrollable teenager, which, I mean, after everything you've gone through, how can you function just being a teenager by itself? And so she was placed in group homes to try to get her help. So I lived at home with my sisters and mom and dad. And all through high school, I was overweight. My twin sister was always thin. And everyone always remembered me. It's so weird, but you're the twin with the big boobs. That's all I was known. My twin sister's flat-chested and thin.
Well, it's not a bad thing.
No,
it's not a total bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but I wanted to be more than just
I want to be the skinnier one too.
Yeah, exactly. So I never was. So I had my first daughter at 19, and I'm married to my high school sweetheart. Mm-hmm. After my first daughter, I got thin. I was my smallest. I was 139, and I was so proud. And then I just, I'm okay. I've got this whole thing working out and everything, and I started gaining. And then I got pregnant with my second, and then I gained more. And then I got pregnant with my third. And then with my fourth, he's a year now. I was at my heaviest weight when I got pregnant, and I didn't want to get pregnant. I kept telling my husband, and then all of a sudden it happened. So here I have a 1-year-old son, and I watched mom go through this whole thing. And I was like, what are you doing? And I would listen to her, and I'd come watch her cook FTDI, and I'm like, how is that all you eat? Like, it's not gonna work. Like, that's insane. And so I finally decided, you know what, I'm done. Like, I hate the way I look.
So mom can't be looking better than me.
I have no energy to do anything with my kids. Like, my kids are like, let's go to the park. And I'm like, no, I don't wanna go, I'm tired. My husband is into fitness. He has lost a ton of weight. He's bulking right now. bulking season. I'm thinning, he's bulking, obvious. And
Don't
so,
you hate that?
I
He's
do.
eating, don't you hate that when your significant other is like in a different diet as you? You know what I mean?
All
It's
they
like,
eat is everything
right
is
now that's the case, because my wife is pregnant, as you know.
Yes.
And she obviously, she has these cravings and things like that. And we right around, I'm getting ready for the summer and some photo shoots, and I own a supplement company and nutrition company. I can't be bulking, you know what I mean? So we go out and I'm eating my little chicken. She's like, "You're annoying. I'm getting big and you're getting so pretty soon, we're gonna say we weigh the same weight."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know how annoying that can be and hard it can be.
So I was bigger than my husband, and I was like, this is not okay. Like, you have more energy to do everything with the kids, and I don't. So I have finally decided it's time for myself. I want to be around longer for my kids. I'm 29, and I said, I turned 30 in December, and I told my husband on my 29th birthday, I said, I don't want to be 30. I hate where I am in my life. I don't like myself. And so I decided to change it before I turned 30.
So you want to join the camp with your mom?
I did.
Okay.
I joined her after her brain surgery, so I was there in case her brain fell out.
Oh, yeah. I catch it, Mom. I catch it.
Yeah,
So I was there.
I'll catch it. You know what I mean? Okay. So and then you started, and then you've been into it for 12 weeks right now.
I am. Yep.
Okay. 12 weeks. 56 pounds. I said it correctly this time, not 56. 56. Every pound counts.
Every pound counts.
3 pounds is 1 week.
Oh
so
my God!
that
Yeah,
counts.
I mean, and I know it's blood, sweat, and tears. Now 1 week is a lot of sacrifices, a lot of temptations.
Yeah.
A lot of people got food in front of you, and your kids, especially you have 4 kids, they eating Cocoa Puffs, and you can't have Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And every single day they say, "Mommy, can you have this?" And I say, "Nope."
Yep.
Every day.
Yep.
You can't have this, Mommy. Nope.
Yeah. That
Now they hand her a celery stick. "Mommy, you can have this."
Yeah. So
And
I
now-
have 22 pounds to go, and
22
I start
pounds
the
to
next
go.
challenge on Monday
And 22 pounds to go, and that will put you
at 140.
And 140, that's where you want to be.
Yep.
So once you get there, see, here's the thing. Here's what I see over and over and over again. There's nothing more discerning and sad to see somebody get in shape and lose it. You know what I mean? The most important thing is this. Let's get in shape and just maintain it.
Yeah.
So what are your plans to maintaining this lifetime? Because look, I've seen it over and over and over again. People get to where you want to go, and next thing you know, a little of this not going to hurt. A little of that not going to hurt. Next thing you know, they go all out one way, and then they gain the weight, and then they're really depressed.
Yeah.
They're really depressed. So the best way to do that is just to make it a lifestyle.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Make it a lifestyle. Make it that, kind of like your mom was like, I'm missing it. After brain surgery,
Oh, yeah.
she couldn't went back over.
Yeah.
It needs to be like that.
I had my tubes tied the week in between my first and second challenge.
You did what?
I had my tubes tied.
Okay.
To make sure I have no more kids, because there's no more on the
Oh,
table.
I was going. I didn't tell you this, but while you were telling me that, while you were telling me that, in the back of my mind, I said, watch her get knocked up again.
No, my tubes are tied as of February 20th.
I thought it. I just didn't say it.
No, I'm done.
Okay, good.
I know, as I'm lifting off, so how many times I've gone pregnant. No, so in between the challenges, and I had to take off that week, or the Wednesday off, and I just couldn't, I wanted to go back. And so when I started back at my second challenge, I had to make sure, I'm feeling okay. And I'm just like, if she can go through brain surgery, it's just your stomach.
She set the standard,
It's just
man.
your stomach.
Hey,
like, you're fine. Don't do a jumping jack.
Michelle,
but you can do everything
Michelle,
else.
you pretty much with this podcast, if somebody gives me any stupid fucking excuse, I'm like, watch this. I'm gonna show them your brain popping out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show them your brain. I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear about your shit. You know what I mean? Get in there, work out, and shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna say. Because look, man. I mean, I'm just coming from where I come from, and hearing the excuses, and being in this industry for all this long. I have like zero tolerance for excuses, because I've seen people like you. I've seen people like you do it. I've had a 68-year-old lose 23 pounds in 6 weeks. I had someone with Parkinson's that came in a wheelchair lose 52 pounds in 12 weeks. I had many people with disabilities with wheelchair that came into camp. They did it. Many people went through the cancer and did it. And when somebody just gives me some bullshit excuse, like, I don't reaction, I just lash back. Yeah. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm like automatically like become offensive. You know what I mean? So I'm so glad that we're recording this, because I'm going to use this over and over and over and over again. When somebody gives me an excuse, you guys show that it can be done. You guys show that it can be done. Look, you inspired your children, your daughter, and you are now, they're watching you. Guess what they're going to do when they grow up? Yeah. You know, kids don't do what you say. No. They do what you do. Exactly. Right? And I don't force my children right now at 9 to 5 to, hey, you got to diet, you got to do this, you got to do that. To just see it. I know it's going to, through osmosis, oh, dad is doing this, dad is doing that, dad is doing this. Yep. You know, and automatically my little one comes like, Daddy, look at my muscles, look at this, look at this. Yeah. You know, Daddy, can I come work out with you?
That's exactly what my kids do. And I was sitting on the couch watching from the back. Yeah. Watching my kids follow my husband, but why isn't mommy doing it?
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So for people, Michele, for people who are watching this, who have self-doubt, who, have negative self-talk, oh, I'm too old, oh, my knees hurt, oh, I'm just supposed to be fat. And, the list of excuses just go on. Oh, I'm too busy. Oh, I had kids. Oh, I need to have a social life. You know what I mean? What do you say to them? For somebody, here's the thing. If I tell them, oh, Sam, it's easy for you to say, you've been in shape all the time, you've been all worked out, this and that. What would you say?
Say, were you born in shape?
Yeah.
No. Did it just happen upon your lap one day? No, you worked for it.
Yeah.
And for me, you know what? I'm 52 years old. I've lost 110 pounds. If I can do it, somebody half my age absolutely can do it.
Right.
Somebody 10 years older than I can do it. You do it at your own pace. If you have to modify the workouts, do it. Just keep moving.
The problem is everybody wants it overnight, though. You know what I mean?
It doesn't.
Here's the problem. If you ate a hamburger, let's just say you just went out to McDonald's, you had 2 Big Macs.
I'd be so sick.
I know you, because you can't handle it right now. But let's just say, somebody goes to McDonald's, right? They get 2 Big Macs, large fries, an apple pie, and a shake. Tomorrow, you don't wake up fat. That's the problem. Because if you did, nobody would do it. Right? So you don't really feel a difference. You do it again, the next day, you don't really feel a difference. But it catches up to you. Right? Next thing you know, it catches up to you. It catches up quickly, right? Mm-hmm. But if you did it overnight and nobody would do it, right? Yeah. Same thing with exercise. You exercise, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym for 5 hours today. You won't feel a difference tomorrow. You're not gonna feel it. It's just what I call a compound effect. Something that you repeatedly do as incrementally is gonna get you better towards your goal. Or something you repeatedly do that's gonna take you away from your goal. Right? And that's what it is. The problem is consistency with people. They go in the gym. New Year resolution. I'm ready. This year is going to be different. No, it's not. It's going to be the same thing the past 20 years. Yep. What are you going to do now to not only lose the next 22 pounds, to get to your weight? What are you going to do to stay in shape and keep in shape?
Like you said, I'm conscious of what I put in my mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stay active.
Yep.
Now that I have the energy, I'm out with my kids, and I'm going to stay active, stay at the gym, and just
support yourself with those people,
exactly.
Right? They're doing it. Now, somebody who has gone through what you have gone through, I mean, God, man, it just, my heart hurts. My heart truly hurts. I'm to be honest with you, I'm mad. Yeah. And you carry yourself so well, because I will be having some serious anger problems. And maybe at some time you had it as well, and, I'm sure somebody watching through this, somebody watching through this, might have got molested or raped or, being in, kind of same circumstance, and they just want to give up on life.
Yeah.
What do you tell them?
Don't. take that anger and channel it somewhere else.
I love that. I love that. I mean, you hit that right on the head. You know, there are two ways you can do it. You can sit back and feel sorry for yourself, say, poor me, poor me, poor me. Or you can just say, you know what, I'm just going to use it for energy, for fuel. And some of the darkest times of my life, you know, I don't know if you know, but, you know, Crystal was pregnant with twins. We lost one. You know, and I've been through hell all my life. So I'm very mentally tough. From being, you know, my dad leaving us as 3, getting bombed on for 8 years, having a mom that I could never talk to, you know, coming to the United States, being discriminated against, being bullied, you know, just going through life has been hell, but I overcome it, right? So I'm mentally tough. But Crystal comes from an amazing family, amazing support system. She never really had one through adversity. So it hurt her so hard that for me, seeing her was breaking my heart, you know, and from the way I channel whenever I'm in adversity was I either work more or work out more. Yeah. You know, I just channel it to something that I can do. It's either work or work out more. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that you understand that you have a choice. You know, you're not sitting back there. You know, I'm sitting in front of you, and you're not saying, because I got raped, because I got this, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this. You said, look, this is what happened, and I can't change it, but I can change my perspective. I can change the way I react to it. Yep. And you took over you took over that. You have a beautiful family, and now you set an example for them.
And parents that love her.
Exactly.
Absolutely, you know. And so now let's go to these pictures. I want you to show me what you see. So, all right. So tell me about this picture.
You know, I think
this is like the fourth. This is the week 4. You lost 11.2 pounds. This is like your last challenge, I think.
Was it the last one? I can't remember if the I would have to see my necklace.
Look at how good you look.
To see if that was my. Oh no! Is that? I would have to see my hair better to see if that was the.
You know what hair color you had. Our challenge, right? Okay. Look, tell me about this.
That was sitting right here.
They just put this around?
Yeah.
Oh, I was say that looks familiar. Okay, I'm like, that was quick. My team is the stuff, right?
They're the bomb.
Oh my God.
Okay, you see the picture on the left?
Yes.
In the black. That was my 50th birthday. That's the day.
That's the day that you saw
it.
You're on 250 pounds and you look 250 pounds.
Yes, that is the day that
okay.
I looked in the mirror.
And Jennifer, this is you.
That's my
Second
oldest daughter, Ashley, and her husband. That's on their wedding day.
Okay.
And then the couple next to her with the dog, that's my next oldest daughter, Crystal, and her husband, now John, and their dog, one of my grandpuppies, Sig. And then that's my son, Brian.
Wow, he plays the guitar?
He does, yes.
Awesome.
And, well, let's see, this is me. A few years ago. As you can see, I'm still, not thin, ever.
Wow.
So I don't know what I weighed then. It was too long ago. That was before I had my cancer.
And this is you. Is that a hospital bed?
Yeah, I just had my son. So that was February 14th. The day he was born. And then let's see. So this is me at my daughter's, Ashley's wedding. And then me in Santa Barbara having a celebratory glass of wine.
I bet you went from never want to be photographed to like yes. now a selfie queen.
You're not quite a selfie queen, but
now you're more comfortable.
It was very difficult for me finding photos before. So yes, it was very difficult.
Well,
and you didn't see my youngest daughter wasn't in there. She just had an 18th birthday.
Oh, they didn't put that in there, huh?
No. So she's in there, and she's actually a cancer survivor too.
Okay. Well, you guys are the epitome of being a 1%er. You're an epitome of someone who's relentless, somebody who overcomes so many adversities, but still stayed focused on their goal, which is so hard to find. I think everybody want something until it gets tough. You know, Mike Tyson said, everybody wants to be a fighter to get punched in the mouth, right? And, you know, Ronnie Coleman said, everybody wants to be a bodybuilder until they have to lift some heavy weights or they have to diet. You guys had a goal, had all these obstacles in front of you, overcome it, crushed it, made it a lifestyle, made no excuses, made no self-pity. It's an honor and it's a privilege to have you on the 1%er podcast. I appreciate you coming over to the house.
Thank
you.
Thank you for being here.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you.
There you go. From size 24 to size 4, Michele lost 110 pounds. Jennifer, 56 pounds, overcame depression, being raped as a child. And now she's setting an example for her children, her family. Thank you for being at the 1%er podcast. God bless you all. We'll see you next time.